Hey, Mike.
Hey, Ursula.
Just a second. Okay. So for today's workout, lots of different stuff. For time, 42, 30, 18 reps of kettlebell snatch, alternating pistols, and then a 50-foot handstand walk after each set. Instead of a 50-foot handstand walk, if your space is limited, I'm going to give you a few options for that. But they're going to be like either wall walks or handstand shoulder taps or something else if you don't have room to do handstand stuff. But yeah. And then in the warm-up, just have your weight nearby because we are going to use that. So we're going to start off with a Tabata. It's going to be alternating rounds like usual. The first 20 seconds are going to be just running in place. And then the next 20 seconds are just going to be hop out, hop in, hop out, hop in. So you're alternating again between running in place and then the hop out, hop in. Ready to get started in a couple of seconds. All right, we're going to start the Tabata in 3, 2, and go. You're starting with 20 seconds of running in place. And rest. Hop, go. And rest. Back to running in place, go. And rest. Back to hop, go. And rest. Halfway, guys. Back to running in place, go. And rest. Back to hop, go. And rest. One more round. Back to running in place, go. And rest. Last 20 seconds of hopping, go. And relax. All right, guys, let's grab the weight that you're going to use during the workout, or even something lighter. We're going to get into an ankle stretch for the pistols. So you're going to come into a lunge on one side. I just have my left foot forward. In that lunge, I'm going to place the weight just above my knee. And then from there, I'm going to keep the bottom of my heel planted on the ground, and I'm going to lean as far forward as I can, applying pressure to the front of my knee so that I feel a stretch behind my ankle and possibly even in my calf. Really try to lean as far forward as you can. We're going to hold that for 30 seconds and hold. Wait, we'll redo that. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Get the weight on, and now hold. Awesome. Again, really try to focus on getting that stretch behind your ankle. We're going to hold for 15 more seconds on this side. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Now you guys are going to come into a lunge on the other side. Again, place the weight just above the knee. Really lean forward. We're going to hold that for 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and lean forward. Halfway through. Three, 2, 1, and rest. All right, guys, you can put those weights off to the sides. Now we're just going to hold a nice and simple palm plank. So you're going to get the hands directly under the shoulders. Make sure that your back is nice and flat. We're going to hold a palm plank for 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and hold. Really focus on just trying to maintain a straight line from your head to your heels. Halfway. And relax. All right, guys, from here, we're going to start preparing for our pistols by doing some slide squats. So for my slide squats, I'm actually going to start in a slightly different stance. It doesn't really matter where one of your feet is, as long as your weight is shifted to one side and you feel solid on that side. So as I'm squatting down, I'm going to try and focus on rotating towards the foot that's planted, and I'm going to slide my foot as I come into a squat, and then as I stand up, I'm going to slide it back in. So I'm trying to focus on getting my chest as close to that knee as possible and trying to keep my weight over the foot that's planted. So you guys are going to do 6 slide squats on each leg. All right, guys, so now we're going to get into a rolling plank. So for the rolling plank, I'm going to start in my regular palm plank, and then from there, I'm just going to rotate so that all my weight is on one palm and one foot. I'm going to extend the arm and leg. Then I'm going to come back into my plank, come over to the other side, extend the arm and leg, and you're just rolling back and forth like that. We're going to go with 10 alternating rolls. So it's going to be 5 times with the right foot, right hand, and then 5 with the left foot and left hand. Really focus on just shifting that weight like you would for a handstand walk or a handstand shoulder tap. All right, guys, after that, you're going to come back to your weight and have a seat on the ground. We're going to do some hip hurdles. So for the hip hurdles, I'm going to place the weight just below my ankle, so closer to my knee. I'm going to have my hands planted behind me. And from here, keeping my chin tucked and trying to keep my back nice and flat, I'm going to raise my foot up and over that hurdle. You guys are going to do 10 reps on the right leg and then 10 on the left leg. 1 rep is just 1 time over the hurdle. All right, guys, from there, we're going to do the same thing, but for our shoulders. So this time, I'm going to lie down with my chest facing the ground. I'm going to have the weight just slightly above my elbow, closer to my palm. And then from here, same exact thing. I'm going to keep my eyes on the floor, and I'm going to lift my arm up and over that hurdle. So same thing, 10 reps on the right and then 10 on the left. All right, and then we're going to finish off the warm-up with just some pistol leg lifts. So for the pistol leg lifts, you might want to have something to hold on to as an assist. And if you struggle with the pistols, you're just going to elevate your heel slightly. So I'm just going to use a weight to do that. I'm just going to place my heel on the weight. That way my foot is slightly elevated. From there, I'm going to come down into the bottom of my pistol. And in this position here, I'm just going to lift my leg up and down 10 times. So you're going to do 10 of those pistol leg lifts on the right and then 10 of the pistol leg lifts on the left.
I don't know if I can do that shape.
Just try to come down to the bottom of your pistol. What else you can do is you can have one hand on the ground and just do it like that.
Okay.
That also works. For me, it's the getting down into the pistol that I need an assist with at this point. So I'm just like, I'm going to make sure that I do not fall.
I don't have the hamstring flexibility.
All right, guys. So again, we're doing 42, 30, 18 reps per time of kettlebell snatch, alternating pistols, and 50-foot handstand walk after each set. So today we're just going to go through the list in reverse order. So we're going to talk about the handstand walk first. So I'm going to give wall and no wall equivalent options depending on how much wall space you have and just what you guys want to do. So the first thing is going to be either wall walk or it's going to be inchworm walkout. So for the wall walks, you would just start in your push-up and walk your feet up the wall. For the inchworm walkouts, you're going to start with your hands just in front of your toes. You're going to walk your hands out past your head and then walk them back into your feet. So let's do either 3 wall walks or 3 of the inchworm walkout. If you're doing the wall walk, try to get your nose as close to the wall as possible. If you're doing the inchworm walkout, try to get your chest as close to the floor as possible. All right, so that's going to be one of our scaling options for the 50-foot handstand walk. If we're going up from there, for the next level, it's going to be either kick up to a handstand or walk up to a handstand and do shoulder taps. If you're not doing that, what you're going to do is a quadruped shoulder tap. So what that's going to look like is I'm going to have my knees under my hips. I'm going to have my toes tucked under so the bottoms of my toes are on the ground. And then I'm going to have my hands under my shoulders. From there, I'm going to raise the knees. And just like a regular planking shoulder tap, I'm going to go opposite hand, opposite shoulder. So you're either going to give me 10 handstand shoulder taps or 10 of the quadruped planking shoulder taps. Remember, Mike, for the handstand, shift your weight to one side before you lift the arm up. You might want to start with wall facing. It's going to be a little easier. There you go. Mike, I would just do wall facing for the workout so you can get a little more handstand practice without having to keep kicking up and down.
Yep, sounds good. And you'll tell us what reps are, right?
Yeah. All right. So those are your 2 scaling options for the handstand walk. Obviously, if you have the space and you want to go for it, you can do a handstand walk, but space looks a little tight, so I would go with one of those scaling options.
You want to demo it, Ursula?
No, I demoed a handstand walk once and I slid onto the other wall. So after that, I'm like, I'm not demoing any handstand stuff in here. Again, I literally have a lens extension just so that the 3-foot space here looks a little bit larger. So yeah, not going to demo that, but if you have the space, definitely go for it. After that, we have pistols. So one of the scaling options that I went over was the slide squat. That's completely valid if you want to do that and you don't have pistols. Another option that we're going to go over right now is just the foot cross behind the back. So with the foot cross behind the back, you're just going to do your pistol like you normally would. And we're just going to try that for 5 reps on each side. All right, guys. Another option is going to be to use a counterweight. So I'm just going to use my 10-pound dumbbell as an example. So for the counterweight, I'm going to treat this more like a regular pistol where I'm going to shift my weight to one side. And as I'm coming down into my pistol, I'm going to extend the weight out in front, and then I'm going to stand back up. The goal is to still keep your heel on the ground as you're doing your pistol. This counterweight just helps you stay in that position as you're squatting. So if you want to try the counterweight, let's also do 5 reps per side. I would go with a light counterweight. 5 to 10 pounds does the job. You can even use an object if you don't want to use a dumbbell. All right, guys, and then the next one up from there, so no counterweight this time, but you will be elevating your heel. Just like I did in the leg lift warm-up, I'm going to get my heel on the dumbbell. You can use any other object as well. And then I'm just going to do my pistol again, like I normally would. So let's try the heel elevated one. This time we're just going to go with 3 reps per leg. Focus on trying to really drop that chest forward and get it as close to the knee as possible. That way you're centered as you're squatting. All right, guys, and then finally, last thing, if you actually have pistols, you're going to give me pistols. I have a demo, but I do not have pistols without an elevated heel. So you're going to give me either 6 alternating pistols, the regular ones, or you're going to give me 6 alternating reps of the scaling option of your choice. All right, guys, and then the last thing we're going to go over is the kettlebell snatch. Do you guys have kettlebells or are you using dumbbells? Because I will also be using a dumbbell to demonstrate.
We only have dumbbells.
Great. So then these are going to be dumbbell power snatches. All right, guys. So for these snatches, we're just going to get into a regular stance that we would use for a kettlebell swing or power snatch. So it's going to be a little bit wider than your squat stance. And then we're just going to start with 10 alternating deadlifts. This should be a moderately heavy weight. All right, guys, after your deadlift, we're just going to continue from that deadlift position with a high pull, really focusing on getting that elbow up and rotating your torso just a little bit. So we're going to go with 8 alternating high pulls. All right, guys. And then last thing we're going to go over is the full snatch. So from that high pull, you're just going to turn over at the elbow, switch off on the way down or at the bottom. Really focus on a fast punch up. Let's go with 6 alternating snatches. All right, I'm going to go over this workout one more time, talk about the scaling reps for the handstand walk, and then we'll get started. So again, 42, 30, 18 reps per time. So that's 42 kettlebell snatches, 42 pistols, 30 kettlebell snatches, 30 pistols, 18 kettlebell snatches, 18 pistols. And in between each set, so in between the 42 and the 42 and 30 and the 30 and 18, you're doing a 50-foot handstand walk. So not after each movement, but after each set. So the scaling is going to be either 25 of the shoulder taps, the planking shoulder taps, or if you're doing the inchworms, it's going to be 10. Let me just write that up a little bigger. So 25 shoulder taps in the handstand, or 10 of the walkouts. And the walkouts are getting your hands past your head, so a little further than a regular plank. All right, guys. So again, 42, 30, 18 reps per time, kettlebell snatch, alternating pistols, scaling of your choice, and then a 50-foot handstand walk after each set, or 25 handstand shoulder taps, or 10 of the inchworm walkouts. Any questions?
Kettle snatches are also alternating each
Yeah,
time?
the snatches are also alternating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything's alternating.
I don't know why I didn't write that.
I just think.
Yeah. The snatches are alternating. I'm not quite sure how long this workout will take. Definitely looks a little shoulder and quad intensive, but I'm assuming it's a 20+ minute workout. It looks like a 20+ minute workout. Not a lot written out, but that is a lot of reps. Almost 100. No, I think that is 100 pistols. So keep that in mind. That's going to be close to 100 pistols, close to 100 kettlebell snatches with handstand walks in between. So take a second between movements if you need, and break it up into manageable steps if you need. All right, guys. We're going to get started in about 30 seconds. I will call out the time every 5 minutes. All right, guys, we are starting with the dumbbell power snatches. 10 seconds. We're starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. 42 snatches. Manageable sets, guys. If you need to go with sets of 10 or 15 on the power snatches, go for it. after your 42 snatches, you're doing 42 pistols. All right, guys, 5 minutes in. Remember, after your 42 pistols, you're either doing the 25 handstand shoulder tap or 10 of the inchworm walkout. After that, you guys are moving on to 30 reps of the kettlebell snatch and pistols. All right, guys, 10 minutes in. Moving on to the sets of 18 after your sets of 30, and then you're done. You still have the handstand walk after the sets of 18, though. 15 minutes in. All right, nice job, Mike. 15:04.
Alternating on the pistol slows it down so much.
Really? I would think that's better though, because if you go 10 on one leg and then 10 on the other, you're so burnt out on that one leg.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just like figuring out balance still. So it's like I figure out balance
That
and
is
switch to the
true.
next leg, you know?
Yeah, that's true, because then you have to stop, stand up all the way, and then go to the other side. This workout would probably be a little faster if you didn't have to alternate.
Yeah, even if you just have like 5 and 5.
That is true. I wasn't sure how long this workout would take just because, well, kettlebell snatches are really different from dumbbell snatches.
Yeah.
Especially because the weight kind of rolls from the front to the back.
I know.
It's just a whole different movement. Yeah. I know. I've been doing the movement and coaching it for a while now, and I still struggle to get the hang of it. Like the whole letting go of the flip a little bit, not letting it hit the back of your wrist. I don't think I've seen anyone get over the wrist bruises.
No, it just smacked the back of my wrist. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just what it is. It was heavy too. I think it was 36 and 24 on Waterfly. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Heavy.
I think it was 24 and 18 or something, but
that's still pretty heavy for a kettlebell snatch.
Totally.
I wonder if they have chalk for the park workout. Especially on hot days, if you're doing a kettlebell snatch, that seems risky.
Okay. Oh, okay. We got so much. I know, but you're getting in Mom's way. Okay. We're going to Maine.
Oh, you guys are going to Maine? That's awesome.
Yeah, Dazzle gets to come. His first vacation. Yeah. She did it.
17:59. Nice. How long are you guys going for?
We're going for the week. So you might.
We might check in.
I might check. Yeah, we might do a 7 a.m. class on the beach or something.
Oh, that reminds me. So Sam sent out a survey asking about class times. So going forward with Zoom, I'm not entirely sure what that scheduling is going to look like.
After when?
I know David, I'm not sure about, specifically because I know that Sam wants more in-person classes, and fingers crossed I'm going back next week, but she didn't say anything about how Zoom is going to go for September. We might definitely, well, I don't know for sure, but we might do next week, or we might continue Zoom. If anything, I'll just let you know.
Okay.
I'll just message you on Instagram and tell you like, hey, we're doing Zoom or we're not doing Zoom. Just so you know, though, we're trying to get more in-person stuff because it's mostly just you and David anyway.
I know.
Exactly. No, we know.
But I guess if you could just tell, if Sam says we're stopping Zoom, can you just tell her to like reach out to me? Because I think I just re-upped, and so like if I can't take anything, I just want to talk to her about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll definitely let you know. We have a meeting today at 11. I don't even know when exactly I'm working or what the schedule looks like. Otherwise, I would tell you.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. It's fine. It'll work out. It must be nice to get
guys.
I know. Do you see people in your life?
Yeah.
I'm so excited, dude. Instead, we had a meeting a couple of weeks ago where like everyone was in the park and I was still like on my Zoom camera and I almost cried. I was like, oh my God, real people. I know this is on camera, but like real people. Because I've been stuck inside since March, aside from like food shopping. So for me, it's just like, I just want to get out. I just want to leave.
Yeah, no, and I mean, obviously we would rather that Sam do everything to keep her gym and her community like.
Yeah, totally.
And we know, we're like, it's just us. Like, this can't go on forever. Like, it's just like personal workouts. I mean, I know people watch them later, but it's like only us showing up.
I know, and it's just me and David. I'm like, how much longer can, you know?
I mean, listen, if anything, like, we don't know how the fall is going to go.
Right.
And honestly, with elections coming up and schools opening, I wouldn't be surprised if we had lockdown number 2. So maybe Zoom classes will continue just to keep that consistency going into that. But who knows? But anyway, I will let you guys know about any changes and have fun on vacation. I'm sure Dazzle's going to love it.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Thank you, Ursa.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.